Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are continuing forward in the Bishop versus CKI 9-game series. I don't know why I got a brain fart there. In the Korea-China Invitational League. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the games so far. I find this series to be very good for me personally as I watch, because I feel like Bishop is giving me a slightly different view of the potential of some of these 5 factory plays. There have been a couple positions where it was a very tough push for Terran, where it would be like, okay, do we want to actually take a third or do we want to push here? Some of those borderline cases, and he showed the way that he wants to deal with them while pushing. So yeah, I feel like this has been a cool series to learn from so far for me personally. See this kind of different perspective on the 5 factory play. And I was actually just thinking as well about how Terrans have become much more powerful because Snow and his Reaver usage, and you know, not just Snow but multiple players utilizing Reaver into heavy gateway play have kind of forced Terrans to learn how to 5-fact very, very well. Because before it was just kind of this kind of cheesy all-in-y build that some people were okay at, and there was no real deep knowledge about what happened in every situation. Now I feel like that's completely different. We have a ton of information. Everyone's gotten very good at that, which you know, that's important. That's helpful. It just kind of strengthens every Terran, another tool in the toolbox, regardless of what the metagame is. So anyways, we're on Neo Dark Origin here, and you can see a very fast scout, but Bishop canceled an SCV to get his gas. And he's going to be lucky that the gate is actually in the main base here of his opponent. CKI trying to harass a bit with the probe. Nice cancel right there to get the extra damage onto this probe. You got to be careful. You don't want to be losing this. If Terran kills this probe, you feel like $1,000,000. This thing should be alive forever and be costing you money the whole time. So the SCV gets across. No Zealot even being made as of yet. I think he'll skip the Zealot because why would you make it with SCV watching? It doesn't feel helpful. So not the best opener here for our Protoss player, but it's not necessarily the end of the world just because you didn't get the gas. Like, he had to cancel an SCV to do that, right? And you can see how wonky this build is right now. Like, the factory, this is a 12 gas factory timing with no depot behind it. And that might not mean something to most people, but like, if you're going to go factory before second depot, the factory is like 10 seconds faster than this at least, okay? So the fact that he's getting this at like basically the latest possible timing, and you normally have 2 depots with that, it's just like his build is not super great, and he's down in SCV, don't forget, because he had to cancel. So even though it's not a great opening from CKI, it's not like a fantastic opening from Bishop. So they're both just kind of like, okay, nothing went our way exactly. And because of that, I think it's just going to look like a very standard opener. I don't think any real damage is going to occur. Looks like getting ready to make a Nexus here. You know, that Dragoon range still on the way. I don't think he'll cancel. That'd be really weird if he canceled Dragoon range here. Dragoon coming out, but the SCV actually hit off to the side, so that's kind of nice. Nexus into the natural. Dragoon being made up in that main base. And this one just going down to poke. He's just trying to check out what's going on. But 3 Marines equals 1 Dragoon without range. So he is going to pull back there. Bunker being made. I think he's going to poke again. He just wants to see if there's a command center. So he sees the bunker. That's close. He didn't get vision of the command center yet. He might run up and try to do it, but he's already taken damage. I think he should just sit back. Mines as well as vultures on the way. Good scout of the main base here. Robo goes up. We'll see if he gets the scout of that Robo. Did he not realize an SCV's in his base? Oh, no, he did. Okay. Maybe he was just, like, looking elsewhere, pulling this Dragoon back, whatnot. But, yeah, he sees the Robo. So this is an excellent scout here from Bishop. And that SCV will end up going down. He's just bringing it near the Robo. I mean, you're not going to cancel it anyways. No one does that nowadays. Ah, the Dark Templar drop. Okay. So now we know CKI's strategy. I don't mind that. I think that that's a really reasonable follow-up here. You're looking to get a few more map wins, win a little bit more money. You kind of have a good idea of what your opponent is up to. This is one of the hardest builds to do a 5-factory push against as well, right? So a lot of the power that we've seen isn't as existent. I'm not sure if that's the way you would say that, but it isn't. Now, I want to talk about DT drop in this matchup, right? Because DT drop definitely has a place, and it's okay. So obviously, it costs a lot of money to do. Why can DT drop be good? Because you know your opponent's going to get some turrets up, right? Like, you can do early DT rushes and try to get there right before turret, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, he's 1-1 with it this game. But as far as DT drops go, most robo openers are Reaver, right? Or Observer. Now, when you place turrets against that, right? The turrets are likely to be, like, oftentimes you just make one at the front as like a catch-all turret, right? And then normally you make one near the fax and one near the command center, right? And they're kind of zoning turrets. You can base defense off of them. They give some good detection and everything. But when you drop a couple DTs off, if they have one of these outside turrets, you can run up and snipe it. You can run up and right-click it. So it's like, how far out do you build your turrets is the big question. Now, in this game, it's Academy. If he starts his eBay right about now, like right as he basically as you start the comp sets. If he starts the comp sets, then starts the eBay, he absolutely can live through this. We're going to see about that in just a moment, okay? That's done. He's finishing an SCV here. Nothing here yet. He's trying to pop these vultures over, right? So this is taking some of his attention as well. Okay. 2 comp sets. I'm glad to see Bishop having a hard time getting this over, man. I'm terrible at this myself. Okay, drops a pylon. He sees what's going on here. He needs to block that. Oh my god, oh my god. He's going to see the DT tech. Oh, man! That scout alone. So powerful. eBay gets started. He won't use a scan. He's got 2 scans right now. He has a Goliath. Like, you've got to spread the DTs when you bring them over, but, like... Wait, does he even... Oh, there they are. Okay. He has dropped them. The Goliaths are a real pain in the butt. Okay, drops his secondary one. He wants to bait a scan. You see how Bishop's not scanning? Bishop is trying to hold scans as long as possible. Because he needs to secure kills for scans, because it's just 2 DTs. Alright, he's going to secure that kill. Oh my god. If that hadn't been in the way, that DT was actually going to escape from the scan. That's crazy. Anyways, it looks like Bishop will be able to hold that, all thanks to the Vulture getting by and the Templar tech being built so far forward. But this is actually, I believe it's just outside of scan radius. So I think that was probably part of the plan there. So it's like, well, you can't block everything, man. You can't be lucky every time with it. All right, kills off that DT as well. So both the DTs are gone. And it's a follow-up of 2-base Arbiter. So a lot of gates coming up. We'll see what he does with the Arbiter tech, what he wants to get. Is it just going to be quick stasis? Is it going to be a quick recall? I feel like here it's got to be stasis. Like, you can try a recall. I guess the recall could force a weird base trade, and you could actually win that because your opponent will run out of detection. You have DT tech already. So, like, that actually, that would be reasonable. That seems reasonable. That's actually what I personally used to hate to play against, but it doesn't... Like, if you just take your third base and turtle up a little bit, the quick recall doesn't generally do anything. We'll see, though. He hasn't started his spell yet. He doesn't need to quite yet because the Arbiter needs to build and he needs time for energy buildup. So he starts stasis now with the Arbiter about a third the way done. So now we kind of see that plan. Bishop moving up. He is going to 5-fax, although he is not there yet. He's got to save his scans. It's really important. Also, by the way, a quick Arbiter is a good build against 5-factory on most maps. Like, you want to delay them and slow the push because they will run out of scans with it and they need turrets near your base to really make it pay off. Now, with turrets going down, like, Bishop may just leapfrog turrets all the way up to here. And then it's just a question of getting over the bridge and throwing a turret down and getting it secured, which is difficult. It is difficult. Yeah, very good leapfrogging. Lots of missile turrets. He's making this, like, impenetrable area. As long as he has some vultures there, he should be fine. A lot of zealots being made. The 2-base Arbiter has not been able to start the 3rd Nexus yet since a Vulture came down and killed that probe, but he'll want to do that very, very soon. And, oh man, the push coming right up. This is getting a little bit scary. He has stasis, but no energy for it as of yet. Another scan just went down to pick off the Observer. I'm not sure that I like that scan, honestly. Yeah, it looks like Bishop just has the 5 factory at home. Pushes forward with the 2 tanks. 3 tanks on the bridge. See, he uses another scan. He is putting some turrets up. Really, the turrets should be aligned as close as possible to give detection on the bridges. But I don't think it's going to matter. Like, this is so hard to attack into. What a strong position. You have to not attack till the tanks come over. Like, these 2 tanks could be attacked. You're never going to get back to these, right? They're just so far back. Runs the Zealot in. Oh, man. Doesn't even get rid of any mines there. Very tough. Recall is on the way. Has stasis now. Okay, see, now this is the type of move that makes this good against 5-fact, right? See that? You just do that continually. See, he forces a scan. You just pull back. You wait. Gonna lay a few more mines here. 3rd Nexus gets started in the midst of this push. Look at this. He's leaving units in. He's afraid of a recall right now. So that is him splitting his army. Bishop has his army split. If all these are up here, you never can break this. But since they aren't, who knows? Maybe he recalls on the army. Maybe he flanks. You know, there's several things that can occur. Obviously, there's some mines watching for stuff like that. Even up here, watching. Tough situation. Both sides. A lot of choices to be made. And look, see? This is it. That is exactly the type of move that you want to see from QiaoGeGe right now. You can't. If a turret gets up here and gets defended, you're dead. You're dead. But as is, he has to use scans. He's got one scan he has right now. Now, this Arbiter going to go out for a recall. Ooh. Dodges the turret. Lot of units in the main base. I think he should recall here. I think if he recalls this army here and attack moves everything, that's a really good move in my opinion. Really good move. He just clears the bridges. And I think he gets map control from that too. Fairly certain. Okay, I think that is exactly what he's going to do. Let's see. Recalls in. It is that Zealot clump. And the rest of it, attack moving down. Very, very good. Look at this. Spreads. Gets all over the siege tanks. I tell you. Really, really nice tactical play there from QiaoGeGe. Going to break through every single siege tank. Now, there's a lot of vultures here that are getting good value, and there's still missile turrets, so you can't get your observers up there. You can't get your Arbiter up there. You have to be a little bit careful. There could be mines. There could be some mines back here. Doesn't look like that's the case. We have Bishop bringing the whole rest of his army up now. Was QiaoGeGe efficient enough to still be able to fight against the rest of the army? Not sure about that. His supply is dwindling. He's losing a lot of Dragoons right now. And you know what? I think Bishop just has enough here. Starting his +2 attack as well. Very good play. Really a cool game, actually, in some ways. Like, the DT drop didn't end up doing what I had kind of hoped. Bishop's push, you know, he kind of shows some of the strengths, and QiaoGeGe shows some of the weaknesses the way he was running the Zealots in, but yeah, had a hard time at the end of the day actually breaking through. GG is called, and Bishop takes another win.